Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Rayner, the Blue Lantern. This is the gold label McFarlane Onlinestore exclusive figure. I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box. Front of the box looks like this side, the back, which looks really cool. The other side, oops, top and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like. The back of the card. It does come with these accessories, so it does have this kind of like a fire punch type of thing. There you go. I like how it's clear. It has like a light blue with a little bit of white on it. But it looks good. You put the hand on there. Right there. Pretty cool. Little detail. Then you have another punch as well too. Same color, same thing. Put the hand inside right there, and you get this cool little sculpture design, which I really like. It's clean looking. Of course, you get this light blue lantern, which I like. You get extra little accessories to the lanterns, and of course, it comes with a stand that you're standing on. But let's take a look at this figure, and this head sculpture looks very familiar because it's similar to the green one, which I'll talk about in a bit. But for this one though, again, just like I said in the previous one, I think the head sculpture looks good. The paint looks really good. The paint of the lips, paint of teeth, that has white eyes. You know me with white eyes. I'm a sucker for white eyes. I do like the lantern mask on there too, which I like, and that a little bit of sculpture design there. You get a little texture right there too. Good hairstyle. I really dig. Head articulation, left to right is good. Up, down, it's okay, but left and right is very good. So the head sculpture, again, looks very good, very clean looking. I like that mask. And again, like I said, with the white eyes, I dig it. So overall though, head sculpture, I like it so far. Arm articulation, it's good. Bicep, good. Unfortunately, mine did come damage. The wrist, there is a wrist articulation. So on this wrist, you can see that, right? It does articulate. But unfortunately, though, this particular wrist, it's a bit damaged. So not the actual joint itself is damaged. That's fine. I think when they're putting it in is where you got damaged. Because I'll show you. I don't know if my camera can pick it up or not. You can see right there on the top right there. See if I can move it around. I can somewhat see it. But unfortunately, when they're kind of putting it in, it kind of really, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. See, that kind of went in a little bit, so this doesn't actually go in all the way. Even when I push it all the way in, it won't because it's actually being interfered with the other part right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's unfortunate. I might email McFarlane, see what they can do, because again, it's nothing too major. I mean, it's probably fixable. I might have to take this out, but the fact that I have to do modifications, I don't know. I'll email them, see what they say. Maybe do a follow-up video. So in terms of the arm articulation, is good. Torso is non-existent in this figure. It's very stiff. It could be mine, but I don't remember being this stiff on the regular ones. You know what? Let me compare. Yeah, so I think mine just figures is really stiff. So there's articulation. Not a whole lot, but mine's just very stiff. So in terms of the articulation upper body, again, it's good. Just the torso is a little stiff on mine. But in terms of the texture, it's very identical to the other Green Lanterns, where it has that black kind of texture look to it. I don't know how you want to call it, but it has that texture feel to it, which I like. I think it looks good, and also too, when you have like a light on it, it kind of gives it like almost like a glossy, which is kind of weird looking, but it also looks cool at the same time. But again, that blue color looks really good. I dig the blue color, very bright blue color, and of course you have here the Blue Lantern's logo on there in the front. It's just painted like, looks like a sticker on there. And of course, you have the gauntlets as well too. So overall, though, how do I think about the upper body? Again, very clean looking lantern figure. It looks good, looks clean. It has a texture design to it. And yeah, I apologize for the helicopter noise. I can't control that. It is what it is here in SoCal. But anyways, though, so overall, what I think about the upper body, it's a good, clean looking lantern. I dig it. Very similar to the other one. And again, I'll do a comparison to this one. But very similar in terms of the texture design, the sculpture design. Of course, the main difference is going to be the paint. The paint's just blue. Green, and then blue, and obviously the logo. But apart from that, I dig it. I think it looks good. Unfortunately, mine did come damaged, but it is what it is, though. Leg articulation, good. Knees, good. Ankle, good. Toes, good. So in terms of the leg articulation, good. And in terms of the texture design on the legs, similar to the upper body, it has that weird, I don't know what you want to call it. Maybe there is a word for it, but I don't know. But this texture design, which I like because when you have the light on it, it gives it like a gloss look, but it's not glossy. That's the weird part. But I like it though. I like that look. Very sculptured, somewhat masculine, not very defined, but definitely does do some squats. And then you got the boots on there too, just very clean looking. I wish there was more to the boots. I think that's a kind of a downfall. But I mean, then again, the lanterns like costumes have always been kind of clean looking, so can't really fault in that on McFarlane though. But I wish there was more to it on the boot stuff. But nonetheless, though, there you go though. So overall, what do I think about this figure? Would I recommend it or not? I would say no because it's damaged. No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, what do I think about it? In terms of this figure itself, I like this figure. I think it's a good, clean-looking figure. And like I said, usually with Green Lanterns, they're... sorry, putting it in a stand. Usually their costumes are very clean-looking, so there's not really like so much sculpture design. There are some, but not a whole lot. So it's kind of very hard for McFarlane to really make a clean looking Green Lantern sculpture when their costumes are usually clean. So overall though, what do I think about it? I think it's a good figure, and for the price of $20, you get some accessories. Can't really hate on it. I think it's a thumbs up for me. Again, is it worth purchasing this figure right away, like immediately? Since it is a gold label exclusive, I would say you might have to go get it before it's gone, just because the gold label. But if not, if it was kind of like the other one, personally, I would just say, maybe wait for a sale. But I think for $20, I think it's a fair price. But regardless of the price, so what do I think about the figure? Thumbs up for me. Good, clean looking figure. Good articulation, except for my wrist. But apart from that, can't hate on it. But for the price, so for $20, I can't really hate on it. I think it's a good, fair price. Maybe wait for a sale. But like I said, this is a gold label McFarlane Online Store exclusive, so you might kind of have to go get it if you're really interested in it. Definitely get it as soon as possible because it is a gold label, and as we all know, gold labels do have limited quantity, so definitely get them before it's gone. Here we have I want to say this is the Blackest Night. I can't remember. It's either the Blackest Night or the Target exclusive. I'm sorry, I always confuse the two, but here we have another Kyle Rayner one, just a Green Lantern one. Pretty much, it's the exact same figure. Of course, the main difference is going to be the paint. And of course, the little logo on there on the front. But apart from that, it's the same exact figure. Same boot design. There's not much to it in terms of difference. Just biggest thing is going to be the color palette. And of course, the logo on there. And again, both look really, really good nonetheless. I like both. Just showing you the difference of the two in terms of the paint. Here we have another Kyle Rayner figure. And again, I don't remember if this is the Target exclusive one or the what do you call it, the Blackest Night Build-A-Figure Wave Kyle Rayner. But nonetheless, so here we have both standing side by side. They both look good. I like this one, the gauntlets, because it gives it an extra textured. Looks good. And I wish McFarlane did what he did on here. Let a sculpture on the boots on here on this figure. See that? See the difference in terms of sculpture design? Little detail like that on the boot. It looks really, really good, though. But nonetheless, though, I think they both look good. But if you were to ask me which one I prefer, I'm going to go for this one just because there's more textured and more sculpted to it. But nonetheless, though, they both look good. Here we have the Batman one. I believe it's called Dawnbreaker, if I remember correctly. This is from the 2-pack one. And very, very sculpted Green Lantern figure. Batman, I really, really like it. There's so much going on. And what I like about it is that glossy paint, especially on the boot. You can see that. That glossy green looks really, really good. But you get another lantern here to the DC Multiverse. And, of course, if you're going to ask me which one I prefer, I'm going to go for this one. So much texture, so much going on. It just really shines, man. It just grabs your attention. Here we have the Parallax, the Walmart exclusive gold label. Gosh, man. Ugh, this one, I really like this figure. So much going on, texture, paint, sculpture, everything about it. I mean, just look at the difference in detail, man. Like McFarlane nailed it with the Parallax one. The only thing he did not nail is just a Walmart exclusive because people are still trying to find this figure for a reasonable price, and I see it's go for like $50 to $60. It's a lot of money, man. So hopefully McFarlane is able to sell this figure at his online store so more people can get it. I might get another one just to have it in the box, but there you go. Just showing you the comparison of these two. Here we have Jon Stewart and Kyle Rayner. Both look really, really good. I like Jon Stewart because it does have texture to it. I'll show you the legs. You look at the legs. Sculpted design on the legs. Like little things like this really, really do stand out. But it is what it is. This is how he looks like in the comic for Kyle Rayner. I can't hate on it, but great addition to the DC Multiverse. This Kyle Rayner, the Blue Lantern one. I really dig it. Is it Blue Lantern or white? I was confused. Yeah, it's Blue Lantern. Yeah, why am I asking myself? It's right there. It's blue. Anyway, so because I was looking at the actual fireballs, these kind of look more like clear white. But then I looked at the figure. I'm like, yeah, it's blue. So anyway, so there you go. We have Jon Stewart and of course the gold label Kyle Rayner. Here we have the big boy, Atrocitus, the Build-A-Figure figure from the Blackest Night wave. Fantastic looking figure, very sculptured design. You could definitely see of that black's kind of weird. I call it the green. They call it the lantern sculpture. That little textures, not excuse me. That sculpture. You could definitely see it on the Atrocitus, but there you go, showing them side by side, and damn, really good looking Atrocitus. Just look at this. Look at these massive, man. McFarlane really did a good job with Atrocitus. And the height, the size, articulation, everything about that figure looks fantastic, man. If you've not gotten the Blackest Night wave, definitely get it. Get it now. Because I have a feeling it's going to be sold out because of the Green Lantern show coming out. And as people are going to get more excited, they might want to collect. And a lot of people are going to be like, hey, man, anyone selling the Green Lantern, or not Green Lantern, the Blackest Night Build-A-Figure wave? So get it before they're gone. Here we have, I forgot his name. Is it Necron? Yeah, it's Necron, right? I can't remember his name. Yeah, it's Necron because it's yeah, it's Necron. Yeah. Anyways, I forgot his name already. I'm pretty sure it's Necron. So we have Necron, the Mega Fig, the Black Lantern, and of course Kyle Rayner, the Blue Lantern. Just showing you the difference in terms of the comparison, how we look like together, side by side. And of course it's the Mega Fig, so he's definitely a lot taller, and he has that long little weapon on there too. But just showing you them side by side. He might fall. It's kind of difficult to pose, but there you go. Just showing you how they all look together side by side. And of course, Kyle Rayner is tiny compared to him. Last but not least, of course, it's going to be Hal Jordan. This is from the 2-pack, which I'm surprised McFarlane has not released a regular Hal Jordan, but knowing McFarlane, he's probably going to release another one. That's probably like a yellow one or a different color, but there we go. Showing them two side by side. I really like the Hal Jordan one. Very sculptured design, very similar to the Jon Stewart. They both look good. But again, why isn't McFarlane release a solo Hal Jordan? I don't know, but there you go. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me on this figure? Do you plan to purchase this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. Then includes an overview of Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner from the War of the Green Lantern storyline. This is the gold label McFarlane Online Store exclusive figure, and on to the next one.